What's up everybody, this is Danny. In this video, we're going to compare the new Honor Magic 8 Pro versus the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. I partnered with Honor to let you know that this phone is now available in the UK, and I have the EU version here, and there is a slight difference, and I'll let you know what that is. But can the Honor Magic 8 Pro compete when it comes to the camera versus Samsung? Let's find out in a side-by-side camera comparison, but first, let's do a special unboxing with all three colors. So let's start with the hardware. They're both premium devices and both feel fantastic in the hand, so I don't think you'll be disappointed at all with either of them. The S25 Ultra is a little larger overall and has a more boxy shape. The Honor Magic 8 Pro feels a little more comfortable in the hand because of its overall footprint. The design is softer with rounded edges, but this will all be personal preference on which one that you like better. Both have 120Hz OLED displays, but the display is completely flat on the S25 Ultra, and it is larger at 6.9 inches with the higher resolution at 1440 by 3120, and it also has an anti-reflective coating that works really well, so that is one of my favorite parts of this phone. But what makes this display unique is not being able to use a screen protector for the last year, and that has left marks in my anti-reflective coating. So let me know if you've come across that at all in the comment section below. Maybe it's just me. The Honor Magic 8 Pro has a slightly lower resolution display at 1256 by 2808, but the display being 6.71 inches, you really can't see the difference of the 50 ppi side by side. They both look really sharp and have incredible color. The Honor Magic 8 Pro's display has a few major advantages, one being that it's brighter overall. The S25 Ultra is 2600 nits peak brightness, while the Honor is 6000 nits at peak brightness. And on top of that, the Honor has a crazy 4320 Hz PWM dimming capabilities, which means less flicker and less eye strain. This also means that it's better for your eyes in dark conditions as well, and the image quality and color accuracy will look better in low brightness. So I think this is a great feature to have, and it's so underrated when it comes to display quality. Eye comfort is something that Honor seems to prioritize, so I'm hoping that more manufacturers will follow suit in 2026. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a 5000 mAh battery with 45 watt wire charging, 15 watt wireless charging, and 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. But this is where Honor really comes out ahead. The Magic 8 Pro has a 6270 mAh silicon carbon battery with 100 watt wire charging, 80 watt wireless charging, and 5 watt reverse wireless charging. So if you're looking for faster charging and you're looking for a longer lasting battery, then the Magic 8 Pro is definitely what you want to go for. This is definitely an all-day battery even with heavy use, and even a 2-day battery for some light users. You might have already caught that one difference here with the European version, and that is the battery size. So the Chinese version has a 7200 mAh battery, where the global version has a 7100 mAh battery. But regardless, the battery life on this is fantastic. Do not let that stop you. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is older, so it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, which is still very powerful, so you don't have to worry about it when it comes to power and gaming. But the newer Honor Magic 8 Pro has the brand new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which has improvements all around for the CPU and GPU. So if you want the latest and greatest, the Honor might be the safer choice, but I think on a day-to-day basis, both of these phones are extremely fast. But if you can catch the Honor Magic 8 Pro on an early bird discount, this is a fantastic way for you to get the latest and greatest chip for the lowest price. So I'm gonna leave a link down below so you can check configurations, availability, and pricing. Make sure you go ahead and check because the price of this may surprise you. There's a couple of other things here. They both have Wi-Fi 7, so that is fantastic. The Honor Magic 8 Pro does have Bluetooth 6.0 due to the newer chipset versus the Bluetooth 5.4 of the Galaxy S25 Ultra. They are both IP68 water resistant, but the Honor has a higher level certification with IP69K, which is rated for pressurized water, so keep that in mind. One last thing before we jump into the camera, the Honor Magic 8 Pro does have a button for AI with camera control below the power button. If you double press, you can launch the camera quickly, and with one press, you take a photo and then you hold it down to burst shoot. If you hold the button down anywhere in the interface, you can get quick access to AI features like circle to search, which I like, and you can use it for camera zoom control in landscape mode, which I think a lot of people will like, but this mode is not available in portrait mode like we've seen on some other smartphones. Now, what I really do appreciate appreciate is that you can fully customize this button for short presses, long presses, and double presses. So I have my single press map for AI Photos Agent, which I will talk a little bit more about later. So here's what you've been waiting for, and that is the camera. Let's take a look at the specs before I show you some images. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a 200 megapixel main sensor, 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom, 50 megapixel periscope lens with a 5x optical zoom, and a 50 megapixel ultra wide to round out that quad camera system. The Honor Magic 8 Pro has a triple camera system with a 50 megapixel main camera sensor, 50 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 200 megapixel telephoto camera with a 3.7x optical zoom, which is an interesting choice. So I'm really curious to see what the image quality is like when it comes to zoom. The front-facing camera is 12 megapixel on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and the Honor Magic 8 Pro is 50 megapixels, and you'll notice the Magic 8 Pro has a wider field of view at 21 millimeters versus Samsung's 26 millimeters, so you'll be able to get more in the frame. I've been using this for almost a month now, traveling everywhere with it, taking a ton of photos. So let me show you some of them so you have an idea of how they compare. Let's start with the daytime photos at Tokyo Disneyland. Both of these phones have choices when it comes to color and the way the photo looks. The Honor Magic 8 Pro has 3 different profiles you can choose from. The default vibrant will give you punchy colors, and a brighter photo where the natural will give you the most balanced. And the authentic is more contrast heavy, so let me know which one that you like better. The S25 Ultra also has a lot of profiles that you can cycle through and just adjust them individually to fine tune your recipe, so I'll focus more on showing you how they differ on detail and specific modes like portraits. I absolutely love the food at Tokyo Disneyland, and this is where we will start. After looking at hundreds of photos, generally the Magic Honor 8 Pro produces a brighter photo with crisper whites. Look at the rice on the Baymax curry, so the whites are tuned cooler, but this will be personal preference. The Galaxy S25 Ultra, much like the iPhone, focuses on aggressively controlling the highlights, so you'll get a lot of contrast on photos like this. I'm genuinely curious, so let me know what photo style that you like more. Do you like heavier contrast like you see here, or do you like more shadow detail like you see here? I think they go back and forth on which one takes the better photo, but generally the extra shadow detail is welcome, especially if you shoot directly against the sun like here at Tokyo Disney Sea. If you want a closer shot to the Galaxy S25 Ultra and that is your preference, the Honor Magic 8 Pro makes it super easy to control the master exposure, and you can do that right in the camera app. This is what the result looks like after adjustments, so I really like this feature. When I saw that the Magic 8 Pro had a 200 megapixel periscope lens, I was curious to see how the zoom would compare against the S25 Ultra, and the results are exactly what I thought they would be. The first telephotos look very similar in detail, so that was great, but when I tested the 10 times is where I can tell the difference. Look at the fur texture, the eyes, the detail is more preserved here as well, so let me know what you think. Here is a full range zoom test. This is the main, then the 2 times, which looks very similar, 3 times on the S25 Ultra, and 3.7 times on the Honor. But remember, you do have a 5 times optical zoom on the S25 Ultra, which is a nice in-between focal length. There is the 10 times on both, and I think they both look great, but the Honor does look a little bit sharper. Next is the 30 times, and it looks like Samsung does really well here. And then here is the 100 times, where the Magic 8 Pro looks like it's preserving more detail, and this is with the AI off, so you can get an idea. But when you turn the AI upscaling on is where it gets crazy. This is how far I was away from this plant, and the AI mode kicks in at 10 times and above, so if you turn on this feature, it can make a big difference. There is the 30 times without AI, and then here's the 30x with AI upscaling, so let me know what you think about that. But on the 100x is where you see a big improvement. There it is without any upscaling, but wow, with it on, that is absolutely crazy. I was blown away by this feature. Here's another example of a photo at Universal Studios. Watch as I zoom 100 times into the clock, and you can see how much the AI upscaling helps with shaping that detail and making it a more usable photo. For the sake of this video, I took a lot of 10 times zoom shots without AI because I feel like this is the zoom that a lot of people will use daily. I think they both look great, but I did notice that there's a lot more noise in the daytime shots on the S25 Ultra, so the Honor does a good job of reducing the noise while maintaining detail, so let me know if this is important to you or not. I know probably the majority of you aren't pixel peeping like this. Since I'm a mobile camera nerd, I can definitely see the difference right away. Let's go to the portrait mode before going into night photos. I think they're both fantastic with portraits, so I think this will be more of a personal preference thing when it comes to simple daylight. The skin tones are brighter and more colorful on the Honor versus the S25 Ultra, so let me know which approach that you like better. The Honor does have more portrait focal lengths available, including a 5.9x, which is interesting, and also a 7.4x option, which can get really nice portraits, and the black and white hardcore classic option looks really nice as well. The Magic 8 Pro just got a software update improving portrait mode, so I had to test that as well, and take a look at this. Shooting directly at the sun, it's unreal real how it can computationally separate the subjects through that glare. It was like night and day, so I think you will appreciate this if you're in a situation like this during your vacation where you have to take photos towards the sun. Pretty wild how different this is, so this really made me appreciate where Honor is going with portrait photography. The nighttime is where I feel like the separation really shows when it comes to photography on mobile cameras, so you know I had to test it and show you the differences. Both of them are great at night, so I don't think you'll be disappointed in either of them, but when it comes to detail and color replication, just like the daytime, you'll notice a touch of vibrancy and color to the Honor shot, so if you like that, you will lean heavily towards it. That extra color also comes with some highlight control at night when it comes to the neon signs and brighter light sources too in this scenario. This is a 10x zoom shot of that same Hollywood brown derby sign, so let me know what you think. I've been testing these cameras for more than a month, so I took these a week before Christmas, and Hollywood Studios has such a nice Christmas setup. If you get a chance to visit during the holidays, it's one of my favorite Disney parks around that time. After Christmas, we went over to Tokyo, and here's an ultra-wide shot of the madness that is Shibuya. The main sensor photo looks very different on both. The bright spotlight hit the S25 Ultra a little bit different, but I'm surprised to see that the 50 megapixel main sensor on the Honor is keeping up with the details of the 200 megapixel sensor on the Samsung. Sometimes the results are really noticeable, like this one, where I had to do a double take on the photos side by side, but a lot of the photos you will take will be similar with some contrast and color differences. There are a few things that I noticed looking at a ton of photos that I took in Tokyo and when I got back. First is in lower light conditions, I noticed that the noise reduction is very different between both of them. In this one, the S25 Ultra is sharper, but it's a bit on the over sharpened side. These are both night mode, by the way, but when you look at the sky, you can see the difference in noise control. They both have noise, no doubt, but the Honor's is more uniform. The next one is portrait mode and pictures of people at night, and these photos that I'm going to show you, the lighting is very difficult. If you've been to Epcot lately, then you know right in this area the lighting changes a lot, and there are a ton of colorful lights that take over the overall hue of the photos. But check this out, while the S25 Ultra does a great job of exposing everything and keeping the entire photo uniform, the clarity on the Magic 8 Pro definitely stands out in this picture. Same thing when you use the telephoto lenses for portraits. Let me know which portrait mode that you prefer in the comment section below. I'm very curious, and which one that you rather share and why. Again, this lighting is so tough. I'm surprised that both of these cameras performed the way that they did, but this one is the one that made the decision for me. The S25 Ultra just completely destroyed the lighting on my face and it sharpened it hard, while the Honor maintained my skin and lighting. Even the shadows were preserved, so that's a major difference. I also liked how the Honor was able to give a little more dramatic bokeh with the main sensor. It gives it a little bit of that cinematic touch. Here's the 5x versus the 7.4x on portrait mode, and both of them look really great. Last is the zoom at night. I was curious to see if the 200 megapixel telephoto lens on the Honor Magic 8 Pro would make a difference compared to the S25 Ultra. 3x versus the 3.7x here. Then of course the S25 Ultra has that 5x optical option too, which is nice to have on here. And then we go to the 10x zoom on both, and while the highlights and exposure are different on both, you can see the detail differences throughout the photo, so this is what you can expect. One last zoom test here at Universal Studios while I close out. I think it goes back and forth during focal lengths, but I think this is what you need to take away from the side-by-side comparison. I think it's pretty clear that the Chinese manufacturers like Honor have really caught up with the more popular brands like Samsung when it comes to camera quality, and I think it's easier to see than ever. While I'm sure Samsung has something up their sleeves for this year for their new flagship, and maybe I will need to revisit this after that's released, Honor has come a long way when it comes to the camera system. While you can see some advantages in video, I think Honor is catching up, especially with the stabilization. This was walking handheld, so let me know what you think. Here are some nighttime footage of me walking while the fireworks were going off at Epcot, and the Magic 8 Pro also has AI upscaling mode in video as well, so let me know if you think this made the video quality better than the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Samsung was really ahead in AI editing as well, and while it's still fantastic, Honor has made it even easier with AI Photos Agent that you can put on the AI key to get easy access. Removing people, upscaling, and removing reflections is a choice outside of Samsung as well, so now I think the decision is even harder because brands like Honor are catching up so fast, even passing up larger brands like Samsung. So let me know what you think and which phone that you preferred in this side-by-side comparison, and if you agree with my analysis, let me know if you're Team Samsung or Team Honor in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.